Luke, we're sat here in Queen's Bar at the stadium, a bar named after a club legend. Some club legends don't even go on to make 250 appearances for their club, and that's something you've done. How does that feel?
It feels pretty surreal. You guys told me, I think it was a couple of days building up to the Stoke game, and I can remember my first like it was yesterday. So to be on number 250 is something that, you know, I couldn't even say I dreamed of as a kid, because I didn't even think it was imaginable. So very proud. There's a lot of people who have helped me get to this number. I think we're running out of tape if I kind of went through them individually, but yeah, very, very proud, and you know, big shout out to my family as well, because they've been some of my biggest supporters from day one, have been with me through it all. So as well as many other people, I hope they know who they are, and yeah, it's been a good journey so far.
John O'Shea, Lee Cattermole, Luke O'Nien, only 3 players in this century to have reached that landmark number. You're in some elite category now, aren't you?
Yeah, I haven't met John O'Shea. I think I've seen him on the assistant, but I've never actually introduced myself. But Cats was actually one of the biggest reasons why I settled at the club. I think it's well documented that I got off to a tough start, and he was a consistent voice in what I needed to do to settle here. So him, Bawley as well, them two were very important at the early stages of my career. So I owe them two a lot, and yeah, to be mentioned the same sentence as them two, obviously a huge privilege and an honour.
And those types of players, the likes of Niall Quinn, and you know, we go into the staircase at the Stadium of Light and we see some of the names on the wall that have been the highest appearance makers at this club. They left a big legacy here. Is that something that you're big on? Is that something that drives you in your career, you know, having a legacy and leaving one behind?
I don't know. I've never really been asked that question. I think what's funny is as a kid, I played the game with my brother and sister in the street, and I loved it, and I've still got that kid-like energy, which you guys probably know. I've still got that kid-like energy that's managed to get this far in the game. So I don't think that's anything that I'm very, very conscious of. I'm more conscious of kind of the mark I leave with my kids and what they think of me, and maybe that runs over as well to, you know, leaving a legacy is important, because, you know, the players like you mentioned, like John O'Shea and Lee Cattermole, Bawley, for example, the legacy they left behind is huge. The impact they had on me is huge. So I think it's important as a group, as a team right now, that we leave a legacy, or what's better is we leave the shirt in a better place than when we came in. And if people enjoy that and they want to come on the ride with us, I think that's important. I think we, as a club, will pull in the same direction, and I think that's probably the most important thing, is the day you come in and the day you leave, whenever that is, you leave the club, you leave your shirt and your number in a better place than when you came in.
And I think that's fair to say. You've definitely done that from the day you've come into where the club is now. That's, of course, must be a huge source of satisfaction for you.
Yeah, maybe not all my games. Yeah, a couple own goals I can maybe take out. But listen, I've loved it. I think you guys put on my career in numbers on social media yesterday, and I sat there and thought about it, and there was so much more you could have added in terms of, you know, 2 kids in the northeast, and got married, obviously got my wife, and equally the losses, the 2 cup finals and the losses, and spending as much time we did in League One. Obviously those moments aren't the highest moments, but equally they, in my eyes, are some of the reasons why I'm still here to this date. You know, getting taken off 45 should have been one. How long I lasted on my debut, because even though those moments are difficult, they're the ones that I've extracted kind of the most lessons and the learnings from them. And I had to learn, like when you come here, you've got to learn on fast forward. It's a club that needs instant success. So as well as them numbers being great, there was a lot of things that left out, good and bad, and equally they all come together to make what's so far been a really nice story, and something I look back and I'm dead proud of. So yeah, I was talking about it with my wife yesterday. She's been one of the biggest supporters of me as well, and obviously my 2 little kids. They had, you know, my little girl, she had her first steps on the pitch, and my little man, he's not too far away either. So a lot's happened in the northeast. I'm dead proud to put the shirt on once, let alone 250 times. And I know so many people watching would do anything to be in that situation. So I'd never take that for granted. Every single appearance, I make sure I give my all, because I know every single person would up here, and don't always get it right, but I can promise you that I work as hard as I can and train as hard as I can to make sure I put in the best performance I can.
Yeah, you mentioned all those things there, the way you've made this place your home, the way you've built a family here and a life here, and as you've mentioned, all that, quite a lot of that is attributed to the relationship you formed with the fan base. Not many people who go on to make as many appearances as you have gone on to do that as well.
Yeah, the relationship I got with the fans is incredible. Probably didn't get off to the flying start that I wanted, and a few people did let me know that on the social medias, but equally that's important as part and parcel of football. You know, what I look back on and be the most proud of is the fact that, you know, when I talk to my kids, you know, life isn't always straightforward, and when you have them tough moments, like everyone does along the way, it's more important how you react as a person. And I've had a lot of people backing me. The fans gave me time to settle, and equally they've given me one of the best lives I've got in the North East. They look after me, my family, my kids, and that's what's most important to me. And I feel the best way I can reciprocate that is however long I've got left at this club, just to keep trying to put in the best performances I can, being a good teammate, being a good friend, and yeah, I try to continue to do that every single day.
Plenty more games to go as well in this season, and sat here in Niall Quinn's bar. Is there a Luke O'Nine's bar or a Luke O'Nine's suite maybe sometime in the future?
I won't go that far. I'm focused on, you know, my journey's been great to date. I've ticked a lot of goals off that I've wanted to achieve, but there's still, you know, a long way to go. I've made it clear that I want to get to the Premier League, and I want to do it with this club. And yeah, there's a lot of work to do between then and now. We got close last year. We're in a good position this year. So main target is to get promotion, and you know, if we manage to do that, maybe I'll set up a stand-up paddle on the sea club or something like that. But no, there's far greater players at this club than I am. You know, you got Clarkey, who's been absolutely magic every single weekend. You know, Dan Ballard next to me, pattering goal. Dan Neil, those guys in my eyes are the ones I'm learning from and looking to improve every single day. So we're in a really good position. I'm dead grateful to everybody to still be here to date. I've had one hell of I think 5 or 6 years I'm on now, and hopefully many more years to come. But I'm still looking to improve and get better both on and off the pitch.